carried out methodically with intelligence and determination. Supervision of work in progress in the capital's referral health centers. The Minister of Health is closely monitoring the progress of the work. This week, she made a field visit to the CESREF in the 5th and 6th districts of the Bamako district. All guns owners in Mali are now required to register. The measure adopted in 2024 is finally coming into force. It will enable our country to have a reliable database of gun owners in order to facilitate the first traceability of weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ORTM News. The emergency hospital project launched by Army General Assimi Goïta last November aims to transform the referral health centers in the Bamako district into district hospitals and build modern regional hospitals. Well, work is underway on the various construction sites. This week, Colonel Major Assaba Diallo Touré, accompanied by her colleague in charge of communication, visited the CESREF centers in the 5th and 6th district of Bamako to see how the work is progressing. Kumba Sisse and Angel Dambele reporting.
Launched last November, the work to transform the reference health centers in communes 4 and 5 into district hospitals is progressing according to the wishes of the Minister of Health and Social Development, who visited both sides to observe the progress facing. These presidential initiatives aim to upgrade Bamako's reference health centers to district hospitals in the interior of the country. The Minister of Health, accompanied by her colleague from the Ministry of Communication as well as the Governor of the Bamako district, expressed their satisfaction with the progress of the work. The visitors enjoyed this presidential initiative. 15 hospitals will soon benefit from modern infrastructure and equipment, much to the delights of the local people.
The Permanent Secretariat for the Fight Against the Proliferation of Small Arms and Light Weapons, in application of Law 2021-028, has introduced a biometric firearms license. It applies to individuals and security companies that hold licenses. The operation involves a migration to biometric with the aim of establishing a reliable database of weapon owners in the Republic of Mali in order to facilitate the traceability of weapons. Details with Bemba CB and Maria Klubali.
Strengthening control over the proliferation of small arms through digital means is the driving force behind the adoption of biometric firearms licenses by the Permanent Secretariat for Combating the Proliferation of Small Arms and Light Weapons. The measure was adopted in September 2024 with a 12-month grace period for licenses holders. They are now required to comply with a new regulation, 5-year license for Malian nationals and 1-year license for foreigners. This initial phase will allow for the determination of the number of firearms owners, whether individuals or businesses, particularly security and guarding companies. Failure to comply with these obligations exposed stakeholders to the penalties stipulated by current legislation. Authorities are thus reinforcing efforts to control the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. This system will facilitate the administrative traceability of legally held firearms in the Republic of Mali within a complex security context.
On the ground, the control forces remain vigilant. Malian custom officers are putting words into action under the banner of vigilance and commitment. From borders to waterways, the soldiers of the economy are stepping up their crackdowns. The latest example is the seizure of electric detonators and prohibited pharmaceutical products, including tramadol, which is dangerous to human health. Report by Tamsir Jabate and Gausu DIARRA.
Malian Customs Administration protects the society through its vigilance and engagement. For this reason, Malian Customs Administration celebrated the International Customs Day to make clear its protection action. Day by day, Malian Customs Office makes efforts and also to take all its responsibilities to honor Malians. The celebration of the International Customs Office Day was the opportunity for the Executive Director of Malian Customs Administration, General Inspector Shekina Amala Diallo, to talk about protection, responsibility, commitment, and vigilance. Again, Executive Director, General Inspector Shekina Amala Diallo, talking about information and security. The soldiers of economics held a meeting. Malian Customs Administration goes place to place to arrest all illicit products. They could have arrested many illicit products, including illicit drugs, oil products, and other things. Malian Customs Administration stands for protection and security.
The sixth term of the Economic, Social, Environmental and Cultural Council opened its regular session in Kuluba. For 2 weeks, councillors of the Republic, members of the government, experts and civil society actors will discuss the theme culture and education, two foundations but also two challenges for harmonious economic and social development. We take stock with Arjumatina and Gausu DIARRA.
The themes that we have chosen are ambitious and essential for this meeting. Education and culture are two backbones, but also two challenges for a good economic and social development. This choice is the best. Culture is the soul of our nation. In spite of diverse ethnic groups in our country, it promotes to unify the country. The culture is about memory, resilience, identity, creativity, and pride. Education is a weapon which can transform everything in a country. Education is the key to knowledge, innovation, emancipation, and intellectual sovereignty. These two backbones are based on the development of a country, but these two pillars should challenge everything in many places in our country. People have no access to education because of insecurity. In this case, we will make some reflection in order to get sustainable solutions for these issues.
Mali and China celebrate friendship and renewal. The Chinese New Year, marked by the Year of the Horse, was officially launched in Bamako at a gala dinner hosted by the new ambassador of the People's Republic of China, attended by several members of the government and the diplomatic corps. Highlight with Ibrahim Kaukolante and Angel Damele.
Chinese New Year is a major festive and cultural event celebrated annually in China and around the world. This year, February 2026 marks the launch of the Year of the Horse festivities, coinciding with the appointment of the new ambassador of the People's Republic of China otherwise La République Populaire de la Chine to Mali. This celebration, initiated by the new Chinese diplomat to Mali, highlights the excellent relationship between China and Mali and the strong bilateral ties that have united the two countries for 65 years. In his speech, the Chinese ambassador also emphasized the strategic China-Africa partnership, which is presented as a catalyst for hope, development, and shared prosperity. The ceremony featured a rich cultural program. Malian and Chinese artists took turns on stage, offering the public a variety of performances, including one by the furtive Chinese medical team, demonstrations of traditional Chinese martial arts, children's music for good luck, and the traditional Dogon dance, Kanaga from Mopti, were very popular with the audience.
The country's future is also being built with its youth. More than 300 young people deployed in organizations in Bamako and Mopti have just completed a year of practical training thanks to the integrated program for the empowerment of Malian youth. This program has already enabled several beneficiaries to be recruited by their host organizations. Chemoko Kunate and Maimouna Jara's report.
Miss DIARRA, holder of a higher studies diploma in geology, is thus benefiting from a career change within a national goal, operating in the fields of education, health, water, and the environment. She owes her new contract to PIAGEM, which stands for Integrated Program for the Empowerment of Malian Youth. Like her, many young people benefit from this program, which aims to strengthen their skills in the job market. This is an initiative of the United Nations Development Program, the first phase of which is coming to an end. The program in question is funded to the tune of over 335 million CFA francs. It is implemented by CNTV, National Center for the Promotion of Volunteering, and APEJ, Agency for the Promotion of Youth Employment. If therefore supports the initiative undertaken by the government to promote youth employment. The minister encouraged young people to stay the course, continuing to give their best. Their reputation depends on it, as it is essential for aspiring to high-level positions of responsibility in the future.
Bringing back a smile and saving lives, the SAR Foundation organized a telethon for children with facial malformations. The goal, to mobilize the necessary resources to provide surgical care for 100 children. Speaking to Bakary, the executive director of the SAR Foundation, Ali Guindo, gave us more detail about this initiative, with Maimouna Jara providing translation.
Since its creation in 2020, this foundation has been organizing a social activity for the most disadvantaged groups every year in October, the month of solidarity. In collaboration with Sourire Ensemble, an association that helps children with facial deformities, that we collaborated. That is how we came to visit the center. We were amazed. We said, okay, we have to try to support 100 children to provide care for 100 children. Since the budget is colossal, we thought, why not launch a first telethon that we should make an annual event? And that is how we ended up holding this telethon on January 31st. We raised around 30 million CFA francs on site. 3 months before the event, we had partners who helped us financially. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our official partners and also to make a very urgent appeal to all those who still wish to send the following numbers to make donations. Malitel 97 82 46 46 and Move Africa Malitel 61 61 61. Orange 71 73 11 11 and Orange Sarali 73 13 97. This is also an opportunity for me to commend the Azalai Foundation, which also aims to support some children.
A ceremony of handing over land document to the client held at Hotel Onomo last Saturday, January 31st, 2026 by the real estate agency Soko Lafia. More than hundreds of people participated in the ceremony. Among them, some people are operating in land affairs, some are working in City Hall. For more details, let's follow this story.
People from various communes of Bamako partook in the yearly show organized by the company Soko Lafia. This meeting is an opportunity for the company's manager to congratulate his customers. About 84 customers received their land titles.
Soko Lafia facilitates the acquisition of the land of all of the Malians living abroad. It facilitates the lending in Mali. The condition of payment, we are install a lot of months who can permit a Malian living abroad to proceed a payment a land in Mali for a lot of months.
Soko Lafia sells land titles, including requisition and the power attorney from the notary.
I invite Malian of diaspora. Soko Lafia is a serious enterprise sell land title.
At the beginning, Malians living abroad pay their lands within 12 to 14 months. Currently, Soko Lafia has increased the number of months at 16. This will allow many people from abroad to pay their lands without any difficulties.
Maison des Jeunes is hosting the 12th edition of the Sport on Mali Music Festival from 6th and 7th February in Bamako. With the team Bakary Kijo Malié, this 2026 edition promises to be rich in color and Malian sounds. Report Ibrahim Kaukonate and Maria Kulubali.
Launched by the organizer of the 12th edition of the Sport on Mali Music Festival and attended by numerous journalists and media outlets, the festival aimed to be a platform for promoting talent, creative artists who haven't had the opportunity to pursue an international career. Following a call for applications, around 50 musicians registered. Ultimately, only 8 were selected, and these 8 will perform before international and national promoters. This year, the festival organizers have decided to pay tribute to the late Toumani Diabaté through his brother Madou Sidiki Diabaté, also known as Momo. The event will also feature the participation of students from major art schools, including the Balafassi Kouyaté Conservatory and the National Institute of Art.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for Mali News, but stay with us for the lesson of the week.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, sit down, please.
Thank you.
We have a lesson about expressing permission and prohibition, present, past, expressing permission, present, past, to allow, active, passive. Okay, we want to express permission. We use allow. Allow is a verb. We use this verb to express permission. Okay, when we express permission, we make the sentence in affirmative and in interrogative. And we conjugate the verb in the present and the past. I start by present. Okay, this is affirmative form. In affirmative form, we conjugate the verb in the present. Okay, in the present, the third person, the verb takes S. This is very important to learn. Okay, I read, the sentence. Every weekend, my father allows me to go to the dancing party. Essentially, you have to, this verb we conjugate in the present and we add S to the verb. okay, at the third person. This is the second sentence. Malian government allows, the third person, the verb takes S. Foreigners who have passport to enter Mali. To allow, ça peut dire permettre, ça peut dire autoriser. Bon, donc maintenant nous utilisons allow pour exprimer la permission. Bon, donc nous faisons la phrase à la forme affirmative et à la forme interrogative. Bon, donc à la forme affirmative, nous conjuguons le verbe au présent. Bon, donc essentiellement ici, quand le verbe se conjugue au présent, à la troisième personne du singulier, le verbe prend S comme terminaison. Bon, donc ça c'est à apprendre, ok? Bon, donc every weekend, my father allows me to go to the dancing party. Bon, donc chaque week-end, mon père m'autorise à aller à la soirée dansante. Ok, ça c'est la première phrase. Ok, la deuxième phrase, Malian government allows foreigners who have passport to enter Mali. Bon, donc en français, le gouvernement malien autorise les étrangers en anglais foreigners. Bon, donc les étrangers qui sont munis de passeport d'entrer au Mali. Bon, donc ça c'est la deuxième phrase. I translate into French. Okay, after that, I'm going to talk about interrogative form. About interrogative form, we can use do or does. Do or does, we consider like auxiliary, to form interrogative. For example, to form, I use does plus subject plus verb. Okay, when you use does, you don't put S to the verb. Okay, don't do this. Okay, does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Bon, donc à la forme interrogative en anglais, pour former l'interrogatif, nous utilisons soit do, soit does. Mais does à la troisième personne du singulier, par exemple, does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Bon, donc to enter, ça veut dire d'entrer. Bon, donc est-ce que le maître t'autorise à entrer en classe? Bon, donc ici encore, allow est toujours suivi de to. Ok, allow to. Bon, donc does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Okay, after that, do you allow me to smoke here? Do you allow me to smoke here? Bon, donc je vous ai dit que allow, bon, donc ça peut dire permettre, ça peut dire autoriser. Bon, donc ici, do you allow me to smoke here? Permettez-moi de fumer ici. I'm going to talk about active past. We conjugate the verb in the present. Simple present. After that, we conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, in the past, last week, I make the first sentence. Okay, when I make the first sentence, I conjugate the verb in the simple past. Okay, last week, that is an expression. This expression talks about past. Okay, last week. If you have last week in the sentence, you conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, last week, that means you did an action. This action is finished. At this time, you conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, last week, my brother allowed me to drive his new car. Mon frère m'a autorisé à conduire sa nouvelle voiture. Bon, donc maintenant, au passé, le verbe se conjugue au passé, on ajoute E2. Ok? En français, on conjugue le verbe, mais en anglais, on ajoute E2 et c'est invariable à toutes les personnes. After that, yesterday, my mother, my mother allowed me to go to the beach. Bon, donc, hier, ma mère m'a autorisé à aller à la plage. Okay, after that, interrogative form. I talk about interrogative form. Okay, concerning the past, the simple past, we use did to make interrogative. Bon, donc pour faire la forme interrogative au passé, nous utilisons did. Ok, vous voyez, did. Did your father allow you to go out? Est-ce que ton père t'a autorisé à sortir? Et encore, quand vous mettez le verbe ne prend pas, il ne faut pas ajouter ed ici parce que did exprime le passé. My second sentence, did your parents allow you to tell your mind? Est-ce que tes parents t'ont autorisé à dire ton opinion? Mind, c'est l'esprit. Mind, c'est l'opinion aussi. We have a passive. Passive, present, affirmative, interrogative. In passive form, we use, the auxiliary be, and we conjugate in present. Okay? She is allowed to cook lunch as she masters all the secrets of the kitchen. Bon, donc, elle est autorisée à préparer le déjeuner comme elle maîtrise tous les secrets de la cuisine. La cuisine en anglais, c'est kitchen. Every Saturday, the children are allowed to go to the movies. Bon, donc, chaque samedi, les enfants sont autorisés à aller au cinéma. À la forme interrogative, il y a l'auxiliaire a suivi du sujet plus le participe passé. Bon, donc ici, à la forme interrogative, nous utilisons a plus you plus le participe passé. Are you allowed to smoke here? Es-tu autorisé à fumer ici? Can you give an example about permission?
Every day, my parents allow me to watch TV at night.
Okay, thank you.
Every day, my father allows me to go in my sister's house.
Okay. Okay, this is the lesson I have finished. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
We are at the end of our English program of today. We'll be together next Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. for another English time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.